Because it's just like, how? How?
That is the question we'll all be asking ourselves tonight.
And it is also the question our 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne is asking after that woman's horrifying story was made public at a recent pharmacy board hearing.
First, a warning, some of you, our viewers, might find this story hard to watch. Kyle, it really is a shocking story that could happen to any of us.
Denise Bryan, the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency, says it receives 100,000 complaints a year about suspected medication errors. We met Tamika Thomas just a few days ago, a few years after she went into a CVS in North Las Vegas. She got medication she thought was going to help make her pregnant, but the pharmacy got it all wrong.
I don't come from a big family, so I wanted to make sure I had a big family.
Tamika Thomas loves her big family. She has 4 beautiful, healthy kids and wanted one more. She was having trouble getting pregnant back in 2019 and more trouble when she had to have her fallopian tubes removed after 2 dangerous pregnancies. But she wanted to fight to grow her family. The fight you ended up having
was a fight that I would have never imagined I would be fighting.
The fight, it turns out, is against CVS, this branch in North Las Vegas in particular. She went in there to get prescriptions to help jumpstart her in vitro pregnancy. She went home, took the medication, and started to cramp.
Cramping is, a norm, but my cramping went beyond that. It was extreme. It was painful.
So painful, she knew something was wrong. Expecting a drug that would trick her body into thinking it was pregnant, she checked the bottle. And your life changed that day. 2 CVS pharmacists who ended up in front of the pharmacy board had made a handful of errors filling Tamika Thomas's prescriptions. They ended up giving her a drug meant to terminate the pregnancy for which she had fought so hard.
They did exactly the opposite of what I was trying to do.
Not okay.
Not at all.
I understand people make mistakes, but that mistake took something from me.
Thomas gave heart-wrenching testimony to the Nevada State Board of Pharmacy, which sanctioned these 2 pharmacists with unprofessional conduct and failure to adequately supervise the 2 technicians that made the original mistakes. The board says someone at the pharmacy should have called the doctor because nobody at CVS could read these prescriptions. And then one of the pharmacy techs guessed wrong, entering a generic prescription name which is the exact opposite of the brand name the doctor prescribed. Then the board says the pharmacist failed to counsel the patient on what would happen when she took this drug, misoprostol, better known as the abortion pill, which destroyed those 2 embryos and broke something deep inside Tamika Thomas.
And all I got was a sorry.
Not good enough.
It will never be good enough.
A CVS spokesman mentioned that apology in a statement to the 8 News Now investigators. It says, "We've apologized to our patient for the prescription incident that occurred in 2019 and have cooperated with the Nevada Board of Pharmacy in this matter. Prescription errors are very rare, but if one does occur, we take steps to learn from it in order to continuously improve quality and patient safety."
Well, I haven't kept an open question like that.
But CVS's attorney repeatedly distanced himself from the pharmacist, both at the hearing table and in defense of his client.
To suspend or to take action against a pharmacy license when they really didn't do anything wrong, wasn't pledged that they did anything wrong. The only allegations are that they had these pharmacists.
And he pointed his fingers right at the pharmacist and said they did it.
Correct.
What did you think of that?
I felt like that was not okay because he should have took initiative for the company as a whole.
For his part, the attorney for CVS told the 8 News Now investigators he stands by what he told the pharmacy board and has no additional comment. But for Tamika Thomas, it does not end there.
There's not enough that I can say. There's not enough therapy. There's not enough medication that'll take the thoughts away, that'll take the pain away.
The pharmacy as a whole was fined the maximum under the statute. That's $10,000. At least one of those pharmacists no longer works for CVS, and they both got fined and are essentially on probation for a year.
So, Kyle, I mean, you know, obviously there was the fine. One of them looked somewhat remorseful there in front of the pharmacy board. So we're wondering, you know, does Tamika Thomas sue now? What's her next?
So far, no lawsuit. This woman had to work through quite a bit in order to even be able to talk about this with me and go before the board. And I know she'd like to sue, but this happened 4 years ago, and in most cases in Nevada, the statute of limitations is 3 years.
And Kyle, we saw in your story there CVS apologize. Did the pharmacists apologize?
Yes, they both did, and tomorrow we'll see their apology, and we'll investigate how and why some of these mistakes get made.
Okay. Kyle, thank you for that.